Hi, my name is Katherine, and this is my story. My dad died of cancer when I was 6 years old. A little under 3 years ago, my mom died of heart disease. It was a pretty sudden 72 hours, and she was gone. I didn't have any siblings, so it was just my mom and I for a really long time. And I guess you could say we loved each other fiercely and could also fight fiercely as well. I was very, very angry with God, very angry, because in my mind my dad had died, therefore I should have been in some way promised my mother into old age. I think for a long time I felt pulled into her death, pulled into the black and the darkness that is grief when you lose someone you love as much as I loved my mom. I realized that I was a walking ghost. The decision for me to move beyond my grief to something more was a very gradual thing. It comes in little bits and pieces, and I think it involves opening your ears and your heart to what God is asking you to do, to take steps that you don't, with your full being, feel you're necessarily ready to take. It's doing the opposite of what your physical being is commanding you to do, to stay in bed with the sheets over your head. No, I'm going to get out and I'm going to go for a run today. And if I can't run the whole way because I'm ready to break down and cry, then okay. But I've done what I can do, and I think that's slowly but surely that's what God asks of us. I needed to put the past aside and to understand how I could use that to propel me forward. In church one day, they were talking about how you needed to look back and see where God had been present in your life, and then you needed to share that with other people. And the more I thought about it, I realized that God's grace has been most present for me in the times that were most painful for me. I've felt called recently to use the pain in my past to hopefully benefit members of the Awakening community. I'm going to be hosting a new type of get-together called a growth group, which is going to be composed of people who've experienced the loss of a loved one. And it's going to allow us a safe, comfortable environment to get together and to process how we cannot be a people who grieve without hope.
Because you never know what life is going to take you, and you can't change where you've been. But today, I have the opportunity to choose.